I realize that my difficulty in making choices or choosing one thing over the other is caused by greed. If I choose one thing, I will be missing something that the other thing has. Can Swami explain this greed of wanting everything? Another thing is I am afraid to make mistakes.
What is the grade that decides in you?
Perhaps it's the greed to have pleasant experiences, Swami.
That means that pleasure is your greed. You should not be worried about making choices. As long as you have to make choices, that means the inner light is not there. The inner clarity is not there. That's why the difficulty in making choices. You have to bring the inner light. Your decision is being made by the muddled mind, by the confused mind, by contradictory greeds, by contradictory desires going in opposite direction. That is why the difficulty is there. So, as long as you are identified with your sickness, with your diseases, with your mind you have borrowed from outside. You have borrowed from a greedy society. That they have created your mind. Your mind is created by a sick society, by an unhealthy, unconscious society. So, that mind has to be erased. How you can erase it? By erasing it doesn't mean that you have to wipe it out. When you become aware of your mind, how it functions, when you are watchful, as you become more watchful, the distance is created. As you become more watchful, you become the watcher, you become the witness. And whatever you are able to watch, you are no longer those things. You are separate from those things. The stronger your watchfulness becomes, the more you are settled in watching, the more you know that you are the witness. Then the witness, in the presence of this witness, in the presence of the flame of witnessing, you don't need to decide anything. Then there will be no difficulty. Only when you are groping in darkness, in night, then it is difficult to find things. When the light is there, then there is no difficulty. Then you don't have to make any choice. Choice happens naturally. Whatever will be auspicious for you. Whatever will help you to be more conscious, to be more harmonious, to be more healthy, to be more whole. Whatever takes you up, that will be your natural choice. You don't have to even choose, it will happen on its own. As long as you have so many desires, thousands of desires, we all have multi-desiring mind. We are multi-psychic. And we have gathered all these things from different influences. Once you are able to see that all those things which you have gathered from outside, it's not gathered consciously, it is not yours. It is given to you by others. And once your inner light is there, then no choice which will happen will be made unconsciously. In the light of this consciousness, in the presence of this consciousness, you don't need to make any effort. Then there will be no difficulty. Whatever is auspicious, whatever is the right thing will be chosen without any difficulty. So the whole effort has to go only in one direction, to remove your unconsciousness, to deprogram yourself, to be free from the conditioning which the unconscious society has given to you. We want to do things, we are doers and we are do-gooders. Instead of trying to do things, instead of trying to do right things, first be right. Just be present. At present the consciousness is absent. This consciousness is your inner lamp, your inner light. So one has to make all effort to regain this consciousness, to remember this consciousness, which you have lost because you became interested in other things. You became identified with pleasure. You became identified with ripples. Instead of trying to find the silent lake, you became interested in waves. And waves are many. Waves are in thousands, in millions. But the ocean is one. So as long as you are interested in many, you will be confused. You will be divided. There will be conflict in your life. So try to find the one eternal thing that was, that is, and that will be. That is the truth. Then the confusion will be all gone. We want to do the right things, but you cannot do the right things until and unless you become right. And if you want to know yourself, you will have to drop your masks. Don't pretend. Don't try to become something which you are not. Just be that which you are. Just be natural. Just be relaxed. Be loose and natural. Don't be something to show to others on the outside. And don't be something else inside. Just be one. The more you will drop your mask, the more you will drop your pretensions. The closer you will be to yourself. What was the second sentence?
I realize that my difficulty in making choices or choosing one thing over the other is caused by greed. If I choose one thing, I will be missing something that the other thing has.
You have revealed that this is the greedy mind. It is afraid of choosing one because then it will be missing the other. So you have to stop making choices. Just don't make choices. Just be relaxed. Let the choice arise on its own. When you are relaxed, then you are unclouded. When you are not trying to make any choices, then there is no tension. Just wait for the choice to happen on its own. When there are no ripples in your mind, when there are no thoughts, when there is no greed, when there is no movement, when you are totally still, when you are in a thoughtless state, in a no-mind state, then the right thing will be chosen without any effort. The right choice will arise on its own. You don't need to make any choice. So wait for the right choice to arise from your depth, from within you. When you are making choice that is being made by your surface, it will be always superficial. It will be always pleasure oriented. It will be not coming from your depth. So you will be choosing something which gives you momentary pleasure, instant gratification. But that maybe later on cause you much suffering. So don't be in a hurry to choose anything. First, let a desireless state happen within you. And whatever is the right thing will be chosen naturally. What is the third sentence?
Can Swami explain this greed of wanting everything?
This wanting everything is the sign of a very unconscious mind. That means there is no clarity, there is no inner clarity. There is inner darkness. So, you may be desiring the highest thing, you may be desiring the lowest thing also, and all the things in between. So, instead of trying to make the right choice, you should make all effort to get rid of your confusion. To first have the inner light before you do anything. Because if you want everything, you will fall in hell. You will break your bones and then you will be in hospital. When a person wants everything, that means the person is very greedy. How can you desire both light and darkness at the same time? How can you desire things which are healthy and unhealthy at the same time? How can you desire things which are good for you and bad for you at the same time? How can you desire things which are auspicious and inauspicious at the same time? So that means the clarity is missing. You don't know what is good for you, what is auspicious for you, what is beneficial for you. That's why there is confusion. That's why you are desiring everything. That means you are just bundle of conditioning and programs. So don't try to choose the right thing. There is only one way out, which is to find the inner light. That is what Buddha said to Anand, his last statement. Be your own light. As long as you don't have your own light, you will be living on the borrowed light of others. So all your effort has to move in one direction, to find this inner light. Otherwise, all the lives are wasted. As long as you have not got this inner light, your life has no meaning, it has no significance. You are just like a football being kicked by the destiny from this side to that side. When you are desiring everything, then you will land in madhouse. All your desire has to go in one direction. That is the direction which helps you to become more conscious, more loving, more graceful, more beautiful. I mean the inner beauty. More poetic, more meditative, more silent. This is the right direction. There is nothing wrong in desires. The desire has to be in the right direction. All your desire which is moving in all the direction should go in one direction. Then one day you can find the inner water. Otherwise, if you go on digging everywhere, you will find nothing. If you are seeking everything, you will get nothing. Seek only one thing, and you will get everything which is needed. That is what Jesus said. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. All else shall be added unto you. So first, devote all your energy in knowing yourself. And everything else will happen on its own. You don't need to worry about that. You don't need to bother about that. You don't need to worry about the difficulties in making choices. If you love to know yourself, then it will no longer be a burden. If it has become clear to you that this is the only right thing to do, this is the only right way to go, then being conscious will not be an Herculean task. Your each and every breath will move towards it. Okay? Is it clear or not?
Yes, Swami, clear. Swami, there's one more statement at the end.
Okay.
Another thing is I am afraid to make mistakes.
So, don't make mistakes. First, be conscious, then you will not make mistakes. But if you want to arrive quickly, then sometime you can make mistakes. But don't make the same mistakes again and again. This is what Osho has said. You can make new mistakes, but don't repeat mistakes. But for me, I will say that instead of trying to make mistakes, more and more mistakes, it is better to make all your effort in being conscious. Then whatever you will do will be the right thing. Okay?
Okay, Swami.